sky. Well, you cry out and you don't know why. Come on now, let your feet fly, fly. Come on now, let's go for a ride. Come on now, let your feet fly, fly. Oh, let it fly. Come on.
Welcome down at the Republic of the East Vancouver Barbershop, 2556 East Hastings Street. Yeah, Ash and myself are here with Javier, and Javier's, I've had him on a couple of my own podcasts, and I've known Javier for a really long time. Film producer, musician, unreal, especially in the independent films. Like, where did you first start doing that?
Here in Vancouver, actually.
Yeah?
I moved to Canada in 2002 from Venezuela, and
Nice.
And I said, hey, I like cartoons, right? When I got here, I studied cartoons to do cartoons on TV, and I did some of that for a bunch of years, and I got tired. So it's too lonely, right? You're on a desk by yourself.
Yeah.
You don't quite talk to people. And so I said, what's the next best thing? And I said, film is the next best thing.
Sure.
Because it relies on collaboration, 100%. So,
Straight to East Vancouver?
yeah, straight
Yes.
East Van. Yes, that's
Very
right.
nice.
Yeah, I lived all over East Van. I lived right by Cassiar and Hastings there.
Oh yeah.
I rented there with my brother for a decade there, and then we moved in closer.
Nice.
Right on.
Yeah.
So when did you start? When did I'm going to do go back because I mean in the other interviews they're on. This is more visual. When did you first start getting into your first independent film?
Indie films, yes. So 2006, maybe I started doing indie films with my friends, but it was. At the time, I didn't know what I was doing. It was mostly like, I see people use their cameras. Whoever has a camera can film something.
Play around with
them.
Yeah.
See, trick shots, fun stuff, just to spend some time. And eventually, I found some friends that did film, and they invited me on a set. They invited me, hey, you want to be on a real film set? I said, sure. What's that like?
Yeah.
And they say, come and help us out as a lamp operator,
Nice.
an electrician. And I had no idea. I barely plug in a lamp,
like a table lamp.
That's like a table lamp, right?
Yeah,
Are you sure you want? Yeah, no problem. Just come on set. Man, he said, don't touch anything.
That's why. Yeah, man.
That's it. And I got on that set, and I remember it was a Masters of Science Fiction. It's a TV series.
Oh, okay.
From the early 2000s, and it's in a warehouse in North Vancouver, right?
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Man, I walk in there and the spaceship, okay?
Yeah.
This starship was hanging off the ceiling there with it had body parts, okay? There was body parts hanging in wires.
Yeah, dude.
So as if someone was floating in zero gravity, but like dismembered. And my mind was just like, my mind's blown, right? And the spaceship looked so sweet, like a real spaceship, People lived in that thing, And that's it. That I was hooked, man. I said I want to do this. How do I do this?
I hung out on the Battlestar Galactica set a lot.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, my father-in-law was on that. Nice. He was Colonel Saltai. Hi, Michael. I don't know if you're watching. If you're watching, hi, Michael. That was awesome, man.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man,
hanging out with those guys, and then there were real astronauts who would come to visit. Like Garrett Reisman we became friends with these astronauts, and like this little star, he took it to space. Like it's great. It's crazy, right? Like the world of film and art and culture and just all this stuff that we're doing can literally lead to the stars.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And they were consultants on the Battlestar Galactica set because they're astronauts, like real astronauts.
Oh no, they were homies. They were fans.
What?
Yeah, what it was is NASA had no money, so those at the time, and so everybody was training in Russia And this guy Garrett, his mom, would send VHS copies of Battlestar over to him, and all the astronauts become fans of Battlestar Galactica.
No
And then they're like,
way.
"Oh, we want to meet Saul Ty." And they're like, "Okay," and they became homies. It was awesome, man.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's just the world, right? And that's just East Vancouver, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing. You know, I work at the coffee shop just up there, right?
We love it. Laughing Bean.
The
yeah.
Laughing Bean. Shout out to the Laughing Bean. And the reason that the Battlestar Galactica story reminds me of the Laughing Bean is because one of our customers was also on Battlestar Galactica. I'm trying to remember his name. AJ, Alessandro Giuliani, and he plays. I forget his character's name, but as soon as I remember, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But he comes to the Laughing Bean, and we became
Yeah.
friends while working at the Laughing Bean. And
Wow.
It was cool, man. They had a whole bunch of Vancouver guys on there for sure, and changed their lives, man.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
That's
wow.
amazing.
So you started off in North Van.
That's right. Doing sci-fi as a day call for lighting, and
Wow.
rigging those enormous sets, right?
Yeah. And then when did you get going on to your own?
On
then?
my own. Well, I went to Langara for an 8-month program they got there for like
Yes.
film, and since I already had some animation before, I had done cartoons, so they said, yeah, sure, come on in, you have some experience, and so I did 8 months, kind of upgraded my skills in film and cameras and whatnot, and then as soon as I graduated, like 2008, maybe I started doing a short film every year, one short film every year.
Oh, okay.
For 10 years, one short a year. Like, I would team up with whoever wanted to make a movie. Usually it was like actors. Okay, actors are like, hey man, I'm not getting a break in the industry. Can I like make a movie with you and then
Yeah.
I can star, right?
That's
Yeah,
cool.
Right? Because then they
yeah.
can really show their chops, right?
Yeah.
Our friend Jasmine McCrae,
Oh, yeah.
she was just in Running Gun.
Oh, wicked! Yes.
Yeah, dude, and did
Cool.
great. She just shot a movie in the barber shop that should be out
What?
maybe next week.
Nice.
Short.
That's the girl I told you about.
Yeah, she was gonna
Gotta
come
meet
and
her.
meet, but she
She
double
wants to
booked
meet you,
herself.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic.
it's gonna be awesome. You'd love her.
Oh, so cool.
She's
So
same
cool.
idea. It's just let's go, let's do
Yes.
whatever, anything, everything.
Right?
Yeah.
That's awesome because it's so hands-on, man. Like it's so like
Yeah, dude.
physical. You really have to like get, with the equipment and the people.
And it's like a band too. It's like
Yes.
if you're not gonna do it,
Yes.
who's gonna? No one's gonna do
No one's
it.
gonna do it.
And then you see Javier
Yeah.
sang and played in a punk band.
Right.
Oh, sweet.
Yes,
Like a Venezuelan punk
That's
band.
right.
It was really
Welcome to
good.
Canada,
What a
yeah.
good band, man.
Thanks, brother.
Man, you had so much energy. I'd never seen that before.
Well,
How
I was
much
20
coffee
years
did you
younger
have?
too.
How much coffee did you have? He'd go and play on stage. He'd be like, I'd be watching him going like this. I'm
Bouncing
going
around. But
I'm going like, holy, where do you get all that energy, right?
But I mean, you've seen punk rock. I mean, that's the energy
I love
that,
punk rock.
right?
It's my
It just
favorite.
injects you with that energy,
Oh, yeah,
and
dude.
you're wired, And
Yeah.
so it was great because that was before coming to Canada. When I came to Canada, I started another band, right? So one before coming to Canada, which was great. Was all I did was playing that punk band. And then when I came to Canada, I did one part-time with my brother, who also was in my old punk band, right? So we both moved to Canada. And then we did that until 2020. And then 2020, I think that was it. And I said, like, you know what? We're hanging out the Doc Martens. We're gonna like focus our lives a bit more. I'm getting married, and I want to focus on my movies. On films.
Yeah.
And,
I heard a rumor you're making a punk rock movie.
That's right. Exactly.
Full circle, baby.
Exactly. It's gotta come back one way or another.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Right
That
on,
sounds
right?
cool,
Yeah,
man.
right
Yeah,
on.
tell us about that. What's happening with that?
Sweet, yeah. It's a movie called Lupe Q and the Galactic Earworms. Okay, it's
Yeah,
a
of course.
sci-fi, of course. Lupe Q and the Galactic Earworms, and it's a sci-fi comedy, right, with punk rock in it, and it's a punk rock band, okay, whose music is terrible. Okay, so like the worst punk band in the country, right?
Awesome.
But their music is so bad that is the only thing that can stop an alien invasion. So these aliens come in, right, and they get into people's ears, right? Like, they're earworms, right? And they're little earworms, they melt people down. But this band's punk rock is just so noisy and just so gnarly that it gets the worms out and Anyway, hijinks, right? Like
That's dope.
That's great.
That's awesome.
And like you were saying, you're going to be shooting that in the Lower Mainland, right?
That's right.
In October, you're going to start doing
In
that?
October, that's right.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Like East Van?
East Van.
Maybe you'll come here.
Yeah, hey, I mean, we'll.
Anybody need a haircut?
I will ask, man. I think that's awesome.
This could be a spaceship, like
Right? This is
intergalactic barbershop.
Love it. Yeah, I mean, my plan is to make films with my friends, people that I know, people that are in the community.
Like that is super punk rock.
Well, no, I made
Totally
him.
is.
He had me in one of his films.
Yes.
At the Laughing Bean. At the Laughing Bean.
That's right.
As a band playing in a bar.
2017.
Oh, there's a stretch.
That's a stretch.
2018.
Can you play a rock star for us?
It was good. It was fun, You sit there and go, okay, do this, do that. Okay, we can do that, right?
Yeah. No, it was rad. Lachlan Monroe was in that scene.
Yes.
Sitting, having a beer.
He's a
at the Laughing
famous.
Bean.
What's his name again?
Lachlan Monroe. Yeah. he's been
Lachlan
around.
Monroe. He's been around in a lot of films. Because after I saw him in that scene, I was with you guys. I seen him like in tons of movies.
Oh yeah,
right?
he was in Scary Movie,
He is like, and he's good.
Oh, he's great, man. He's a fantastic
He's a
local
really good actor.
generous guy. He's been there, done that in Hollywood. With The Unforgiven with
Clint Eastwood.
That's right.
Yeah, he was in that too, wasn't
He
he?
was in that too, yeah.
Wow.
So
wow.
he's been around, and now he's back in town. He's like, you know what? I just wanna give back, and so he's
That's
working
awesome,
with local
man.
independent filmmakers, and
That's dope.
he helped me out with my first feature that we filmed partly at
Yes.
Bean.
Yes.
And Joe came out with his band and said, "Hey, Joe, can we use one of your songs?" Yeah, and we had the playback while he
That's wicked.
played the song in the background, and we
Where
used
can
it.
people see that movie? What's that
Oh,
called?
now it's online. It's called Roads of Ithria. Ithria is a small town in Syria.
Oh, okay.
That one's a serious movie. That's
Well,
nothing like the Alien.
not funny,
Not
not-
funny at all.
No,
it's like a drama, like a heavy drama. So but that's online. It's free.
But you've been to Cannes.
Yeah. I went to Cannes with that one, and I went to Cannes with short films.
Yeah, you've done all. That must be very interesting going to Cannes.
Oh man,
What did you wear?
exactly. Yes.
Suit. Looking for money.
My Doc Martens and a suit.
Suit, one hidden safety.
That's
pin.
right. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right. It's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. That movie was about this soldier that loses his memory in the desert. In Syria. He has an explosion. He loses his memory and forgets what side of the war he's on.
Okay.
So he's like stranded, alone, and like trying to get to a safe post called Ithria. And so in the journey there, starts to realize I don't like it here. No matter what side I'm on, I want out.
Yeah.
So anyway, we filmed that all in BC as well.
That was good. That was a good film. That was well done.
Thanks,
Oh,
man.
in
Thanks,
the
man.
Yeah, that was a good
Thanks, man.
film.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. It's
Yeah, dude, I
online.
love that.
It's online.
Yeah, it's a good film. And then,
We could probably link it to this.
Oh, right on. Yeah, man.
Then everybody, then you can all watch this movie too.
Oh,
We're all
sweet.
gonna watch it.
Oh, sweet. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a slow burner. It's when you have some time at night. It's a short film too, like 75 minutes. So it's not too long, right?
Yeah.
And
then you've been to LA too for an award, right?
That's right.
And now, what was that award for again? Because you met Jay down there.
That's right. But that one was for my band Caracas.
Oh, I didn't know
That was for the
that.
band Caracas. So when I played in a punk band in Vancouver, the band was called Caracas.
Yes.
Like the city that I was born in Venezuela.
Yes, Caracas.
And
Yes.
so
Chilliwack.
it felt not Chilliwack. Oh yeah, right. The band from
Right.
Chilliwack.
Or Salmon.
Or Salmon Arm.
I was in a band called Salmon.
Is there?
Yeah, they kicked me out.
Wasn't punk rock enough.
No. Anyway.
No earworms.
No ears in Salmon Arm. Caracas, right. So Caracas got an award in Los Angeles at...
I didn't know that. I thought it was for a film thing, but it was for the
For
band.
the band. It was
Well,
for the
that's
band.
cool.
Yeah, and I went down there
And then you and Jay
representing...
went to the
That's
Grammys.
Right. That's right. Holy good memory, man.
I remember that you went to because I was like, wow, you guys went to the Grammys.
That was rad. He
Yeah.
got an invitation, so...
And when we were talking, the rock was like really, it was sad because the rock music punk and rock and all that stuff was like on its like a day where there's hardly anybody there.
Yeah, right.
It was all
That's
pop and
Yes.
you know, stupid whatever. I'm sorry, folks, but
Yeah.
you know, it just was not
Yeah.
like you said. You were saying it's not what you think it is, right?
Yeah, it was.
Who's the
went
most
to the
big
Grammys.
shot you saw there?
Well, they were giving Earth, Wind and Fire was getting their lifetime awards,
that's pretty
so we
cool.
met those cats and
That must have been cool.
yeah, they're a bit frail now, but
Sure.
Yeah.
But they performed, and that was pretty rad.
Dude.
Half of the band, or whoever's
Yeah, he's left, right?
left.
Yeah.
But
Because Jay knows all those people.
oh, amazing, man.
Isn't it unreal how much he knows?
man,
Like he's my
incredible.
manager in LA. Jay knows everybody. He
Yeah,
knows
right.
everybody in punk and rock
right.
and blues
For
and whatever
sure.
you want.
Man,
He's like he's so connected. It's just like you go, holy.
it's amazing. I walk into his office, man, and like walls coated with like vinyls, like
Right. Gold
records,
right.
incredible MP band.
Like he signed Madonna.
Man,
he signed
insane.
Metallica. Like I mean,
So
he was
cool.
in a group of people that did it, but like he was part of the team, right?
Of course.
And then he used to work for, which I just found out recently. He worked for, we call that, I forget the name of the company in Seattle, and that's how he got to know Vancouver.
Oh, yes.
He worked for a concert promoter called Bauer, I think Bauer Productions, and that's how he got to know Vancouver. And the first band he ever booked, so you two guys would like it, was The Clash.
No way.
Yeah.
You serious?
Yeah, the Police and Clash
No
up here.
way.
He was the one that did the actual bookings and came here and that, and he fell in love with Vancouver.
Wow.
He first went to school in Bellingham, and at the University of Washington. He went there first, right? He was a DJ
Wow.
there at the university. He first started at being a DJ, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
In Bellingham, holy.
So, anyways, that's cool. That was very cool when you did that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and you won. What was the award again for?
I'm trying to remember the name of the award. It was our best rock song, basically. We submitted it to them. Our song. We submitted it online, and then they received it, and they did a process. They said, "Congratulations, you won." I was like, "What? For real?"
So you got a Grammy sitting at home?
No, yeah, right. I wish. No, it's not a Grammy. It's an award called. I forget the name of the award. One of the many awards that are in Los Angeles for musicians,
okay.
right? And so I got one of those. I didn't get the award itself because they charge you, right? They charge you like a couple $100.
Come on, man.
To print the award because it's a trophy, right?
Yeah, you have to pay for
You
it.
have to pay for it.
That's how. See how they make their money.
And I said, no, thanks. Give me a little printout.
See, that's
I'll print it out.
That's what Joe was saying, that whoever opened for the Stones last week paid to open for the Stones.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah.
What it is,
I didn't know that,
what it is like. There's a lot of. I guess you find this in the film industry too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of third parties,
Yeah, that's right.
and the third parties are the ones that make all the money.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like like the companies say you go to Cannes. I guess when you get like a package, like get a press package,
Yes.
whatever it is. It's a brand of beer, whatever, a t-shirts. Like those cost money.
Yes.
You're going to pay for that.
Yeah.
You think you're getting it all for free? You're not getting it all for free.
That all goes through your management and comes off the other end of
Right.
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah. And then so it's money. People are making money off money, right?
Yeah, man.
All the
Yeah,
time,
man.
right?
They do.
So it must be really interesting in the independent film, right?
100%. Yeah, it's like being a punk band, really, like being a band, because you do have to understand the business of the movie so that you can make money off of it. Otherwise, everyone will make except you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of like being in a band. You make your songs and you break your back making your music, and then at the end of the day, is the label and the publicist and the other ones.
That's right,
They're
that's
the ones
right.
who
Lawyers,
get cut.
and
The lawyers.
Yeah. All the third parties, right?
That's right.
And then, like with independent films, like what is the goal now? Is it to get into theaters, or is it to get on like Amazon Prime or Netflix or Hulu or Bibu or
Right, exactly. One of the many.
And one of the thousands of Disney.
What is it? So
whatever. What is the move there?
Well, it depends on your goals as a filmmaker. See, so
Sure.
some filmmakers are good with just having a movie for free online and having like ads, and then they can get some ads if they can.
Oh,
get some
I
ad money.
see.
maybe that could be a good model. If all they want is just to get their movie out there and they do their publicity themselves, so they do
And like enough money to make another movie.
That's it. Yeah,
Right.
It's never enough money though. That's the problem with when doing it yourself.
Right.
Unless you have like a runaway hit that people just virals it. The movie becomes then you can make your own
Blair
money.
Witch or
That
something.
a Blair Witch type of thing. But even Blair Witch was made by these scrappy kids that made a movie with no money, and then Paramount, or one of the big studios, saw that it was like buzzing in the underground. They picked it up and they remastered it basically.
Okay.
They polished it off so that it was
Yeah,
like good for movie theaters, and then they released it in a wide.
And then that thing went bananas.
And then that thing went bananas from that point. But before then, if they hadn't caught the eye of a big studio to re-release their movie,
They would have just
whatever,
who knows,
like their little small regional thing.
Right.
So it depends really what your goals are, because to make money from film is extremely hard, right? So it's hard to find investors, because how do you justify using their money if you can't pay them back, right? So usually that goes in the top of your investment sheet.
But then all the big monsters, like all the whoever Sylvester Stallone's or whatever, Squint Eastwoods, they can make. But Taylor Swift, right?
Or Taylor Swift.
She ain't playing no punk rock.
That's right. Exactly. No.
She probably loves the Queen.
Exactly. And I mean, that's the thing. I mean, those are a little different, because I mean they have an industrial machine behind them that will help them amplify their music or their films, right? And then there's the studio system in Los Angeles that still exists. That they're funded in different ways. They have Wall Street that can raise money from stock sales, so they have a different way of financing their movies. And their movies are $100 million, $200 million, epic, ginormous tentpole pictures. For 99% of filmmakers outside of Los Angeles studio system, you either do what I did on my first feature, which was crowdfunding, right? Where you go on a website and say, "Hey,
trying to make this movie.
I'm trying to make this movie. Can you spare a dime?"
Yeah.
Or bake sales. I did a Laughing Bean, right?
Yep.
Oh, you literally did bake sales.
Literally did bake sales.
That's wicked, dude. That is so punk rock.
You talk about talk about independent, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
You gotta do it. I mean, otherwise, no one's gonna do it for you. Right?
So
no one's gonna do it.
I love that so much, man.
There you go, right?
And then you raise as much money as you can, and once you got just enough to get it done, then you go and do it, right? And then the movie got done, and those first features or short films, hardly anyone gets actual money like that, right? It's just gonna be a volunteer. Donate your time. You're doing it for the art. And your buddies.
Do it for the culture.
And the culture, and a slice of pizza and a beer. And that's it. And that's how I made my first feature too. I had some money that I did with the bake sales, to buy to rent motel for 10 people in Kamloops for a week. That's my goal, right? Okay, how much money do I have to pay for that?
Right.
And I raised enough money for that, so that I could put up 10 people in Kamloops for 10 days, so we can shoot in the desert, because it's a desert movie.
Yeah. Right. So you have to look at your expenses and see where the bigger cost is. So then you have to put that certain amount of money towards doing that, and then you have to look. Okay, this is the next expense over here. So you kind of do how long do you do that over? Like how long over a period of time? Do you figure that's going to be the length of how you shoot the film? How long?
Well,
or the scenes?
To me, it took 5 years. Okay, 5 years to do the entire movie, from the moment I started writing it to the fundraising, about a year of it, then a year to shoot it. And we would shoot on weekend or 1 week in Kamloops.
Everybody's got to work.
Everybody's got to work, right? And then after that, you spend 2 years in post-production. So editing, color, music, sound.
Did you do all that too?
I did all that as well. I had a couple friends that helped me with the sound design, with all the explosion sounds.
Oh yeah, right.
That I can't do, so he was like, "Hey man, I'll help you out. Give me some money and I'll hook you up." So he did an awesome job. He won a Leo Award in Vancouver for best sound. Like the only award we won was the buddy of mine who was like, here, I'll give you $1,000 if you help me to do the sound for the entire movie.
Yeah.
Got himself a Leo. He's like, wow, well done, man.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. And that was a great outcome.
Those parties are good, hey? Those Leo parties.
Man, the Leo parties are fun. Woo! Yeah, man. Yeah, no, it was awesome. And local too,
Oh yeah,
like
so
local
good.
art actors and. No, that is super great. And for a movie that was made the way we did it, to be in that party is like, holy
right.
shit.
Yeah.
I ended up at a bunch of those parties just because of whatever.
Cool, man.
Hanging out with
100%.
people that I was in.
Totally.
These things are
The
bananas.
artists, yeah,
It's bananas.
Yeah, they let loose, right?
Dude.
It's that kind of party. I mean, it's great. I mean, they have the red carpet, they have their
It's a real deal for sure.
their thing, and then back to work, then hold the whole thing again the following year.
Yeah.
And then there's the Canadian Screen Awards, which are in Toronto, the CSAs, which are like the Canadian Oscars.
Yes,
like
yes.
National-wide, you submit
Yes.
all across Canada.
Yes.
And it's
Have you been to those yet?
I have not actually.
No. So that's
How about TIFF?
TIFF I have been, yes. TIFF is awesome.
Yeah, right. That thing's taken off like crazy over
It's
the last
insane.
decade or so.
It's amazing.
Or 20 years maybe?
Oh yeah.
It's a huge deal
It's
now, right?
huge,
It's big,
man.
Like it's like world renowned now.
World renowned. Everyone in the world wants to go to TIFF, and I don't know. There's something cool about like the city of Toronto being like tied to the festival. So like it's not just in one venue.
Oh,
It's like the whole town, man. Like the whole downtown Toronto is like bars and like venues for movies all over town. Like it's a major event. Like the whole city gets involved. VIFF is good, but if VIFF is just like Granville Street, or that small type of thing. Whereas they take the city.
They take the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah. So it's a major event and
a lot of killer punk bands from Toronto too.
awesome. Yes.
BFGs and all that. Yeah.
That's awesome. No, for sure.
Yeah.
But Toronto's amazing. I've been there a bunch of times. We found the money for the Alien movie in Toronto.
You did, eh?
Yeah, TIFF actually.
Because they have so much money, it's just
Where is it landing on the ground? Bring my bag. No.
Just take a rake.
Yeah, take a rake.
Off Yonge Street.
No, I mean it's a longer process to get the money for a movie like the Alien movie, like here in the Galactic Heroes. Also took a year and a half to raise, but now you're talking about paying people. Now it's a bit different. Now it's not like
Dude.
Now I have to pay, and also for the same people that I worked in the first movie, asking them for another favor is a bit awkward. It's like, you busted your ass for a whole year for me for free, and I'm gonna do ask the same from you again. He's gonna say no, come on, you need some money here.
So yeah. So you kind of like, I see what you're saying. So you sort of have to grease the wheels a little bit more, right?
That's it, exactly. So now that movie, I co-wrote it with my wife.
Oh,
good.
Natalie and I sat down and said, "What's your next movie, Javier?" And she's like, "Your first movie was nice, Javier, but it was a bit sad."
Yeah, right.
And you're a happy guy. Why the hell
Well,
are
that's
you
true,
making
you
a
are.
comedy?
You're-
And I'm like, I don't know. I thought the first movie, dramas, whatever, And she's like, "No, man, make a funny movie. Make something that you like. Like music. You play music. Oh yeah, okay. And you put all those things together, right?
That's dope.
Punk rock. Be funny. Sci-fi alien invasion.
Yeah, dude.
That's cool. That's
Right?
cool.
And-
You don't know, that might really take off, especially now. Well, I know it will because of the way things are right now in the world. The world needs a laugh,
A
right?
laugh, man. A good
It
laugh.
really needs to laugh because it's having such a hard time, right?
That's
People are
it, man.
just going crazy.
That's it. Yeah.
Especially after like the COVID thing, because when you did your last one,
That's right.
it was just like
It was
right
just
after.
around COVID time.
Just around COVID time.
COVID. I actually filmed my last shot just like 2019, and December 2019
Whoa.
was my last shot of the film.
Yeah.
And 3 months later, complete
The world
shutdown.
stopped.
So, but lucky I had shot everything already, right?
Yes.
So I
and
didn't
then
have
when
to.
you released it,
That's it.
we were at the across the street at the church there.
That's right.
And we all had to wear masks, right?
You remember? That's right.
I remember that. We had to wear masks.
We screened the movie at the gym of the school.
Lady of Sorrows.
Lady of Sorrows school that's over there. Yes, they let me, make a big party, and so I invited everybody over to watch the screening. We had some music performances.
Yeah, we had to wear masks.
Everybody had to wear their masks.
Yeah, it was it's a very interesting time.
Yeah, 2022, I believe that's when
Yeah,
it was.
It was interesting
I
time.
think that my friend Jasmine McCrae, who shot the movie here. Spoiler alert! No, I'm not going to spoil it. But anyway, it's called Red Number Number 40. I think we're going to do the premiere here.
Oh, that's awesome!
You have to come to that.
Yeah, you should
I
come,
would
dude.
love to come to that.
Yeah,
man.
she really wants to meet you. She double booked herself.
Super good. Oh,
Yeah.
Because she's busy. Because she's you.
Easy, exactly.
She's you.
Making movies.
She's out there grinding, making
Excellent.
movies, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome! Oh, fantastic! You're gonna rent a screen here, put a pull-down screen and a projector.
Oh, that,
like
yeah.
Oh, rad! That's
It's going to be fun, dude.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Yeah, no, that's super great.
So you start in October. What?
Yes, I started filming in October. We don't have a date yet because we're still casting. So we're still looking for a punk drummer that is a teenager and is indigenous. And it's been quite the challenge, like a punk drummer, indigenous, teenager. And I tell you, we've been looking everywhere, and I think it's just harder, just because, for an indigenous community to have a kid that is also an actor is hard for them to start young,
Can play the drums?
They can play the drums. They don't have to be experts, but they should be
Should know something.
something so that we can coach them to the next
Somebody
level.
can get them to the...
That's it.
So it looks right, right?
Exactly.
I'm trying to think of that actor that lives in East Van. An elder guy, native,
Oh yeah.
and an original
Friend of
man.
yours or?
Huh? I know of him. He's been in some major
Oh
films.
yeah. Okay.
He's been in a couple films with Clint Eastwood.
Oh, right on.
He's been in the
Local guy.
yeah.
Right on.
He's been in Caprio. He was in a couple movies with him.
Oh.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name, and I see him around on the streets.
Oh.
He might know somebody.
He might, and if I see him again,
please.
I'll stop him and ask him.
Right on.
Because I met him a couple of times through Glenn at West Coast Guitars.
Okay.
And he comes in and he bought a guitar.
Oh,
and
right on.
Glenn introduced me to him, and he says, he's major films in LA.
Sweet.
He still does a lot of heavy
amazing. That's
major
it. That's
films,
it.
right?
He'd know somebody, man.
He might know somebody
Yeah.
in
He'll
the
probably
indigenous
know the guy
community.
who's just kind of...
He might know somebody in
Banging out
the
too,
indigenous
right?
community,
That's it.
right?
Yeah, dude.
If I see him around here, and I know his
100%.
his granddaughter. I see his granddaughter around here. Maybe
That's
I'll
awesome.
ask her.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that's been the major challenge in our casting, and then we have the other two characters. The Latin punk rocker, the singer is a Latina teenager girl, and the bass player. It's an open ethnicity, maybe East Asian. They meet in high school in Vancouver, so we want to kind of get the demographic of the
Which
area.
high school are you going to use?
We don't know one yet. So if you have a high school you want to
Templeton,
recommend,
man.
Templeton.
It looks like the ultimate high school.
It does.
And it's every high school in Hollywood. So.
It is, isn't
Right?
it? Yeah, it's in every movie. Yeah, Templeton. That's
You probably could get that through the. You know who you get that through?
Who?
You get that through Jimmy, who's the drama teacher.
Oh, nice.
And Jimmy is the guy, the caddy in what's his name's movie? Sandler's movie.
No way. In
The one they filmed here.
Oh, the one where he
Yeah.
punches Bob Barker in the
Yes.
That's hilarious. Yes, I know that.
So he's a caddy in the movie.
No way.
And he's an actor actually, but he's the drama teacher at Templeton School, and he went to Templeton.
You're serious?
And he's that guy.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
Awesome. That's rad. Yeah, you can introduce
I'll
me.
get a hold of Jimmy.
Oh, super.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I think that school will be fantastic.
It looks so
It's
high school.
The total.
That's why all the
quintessential high
filming was
school.
done there,
Oh yeah.
through Jimmy,
Oh man, awesome.
because his connection to Hollywood.
I just saw the
Amazing.
kids, the Templeton kids, all did their film school, and they had all their premieres at the Rio
Yeah.
about a month ago now. It was
Nice.
so good.
See, this is all because of Jimmy.
Wow.
Jimmy's the guy
Who's putting all that out there?
Oh,
he's
that's
done
so
all that.
good.
He's the one that's done it
Killer.
at Templeton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And
girl,
then
or my friend, Jasmine McCrae, her brother, Travis McRae, made this movie that, I mean, all the kids are in all these movies.
That's awesome.
But they're so funny and they're so creative. These kids are mind blowers, dude.
They are.
And I think about, and exactly what we've been saying, I think about exactly the same thing, like punk rock, like, oh, let's do this.
Yes.
I'm going to figure this out.
Yes.
I'm going to figure this out.
Yes.
Yeah, stop,
I'm
man.
gonna figure this out.
I'm going to tell the whole world how this works.
Yes.
It's the same. And these kids have that energy and that drive, and they're just freaking out about it.
So awesome.
Yeah, dude.
So cool.
It's
So
it's
cool.
all the same thing, right?
Amazing, man. And these kids, they're born with a phone in their hands, you know. They are going with
they
the camera
understand
in their
it.
hand. They understand
Next
it.
level.
As soon as the next level, because
yeah.
they're, you know, since very young, they're able to like point the camera at things and like see the world through that camera.
Yeah, dude.
And when they're like teenagers, they're like whiz, you know.
Like you watch a movie with these guys, and they're
So
talking
cool.
about aspect ratio, and blah blah, and all this stuff. Like they dig it, and they love movies, and love movies, and they can get lost in the movie and all that stuff. But then they can also go,
that's it.
that's what this is, the lighting, this or that, and they can dissect it and then just fall right back. It's killer, man.
Holy awesome. Yeah, no, that's incredible.
You'd love these kids.
That's so cool, man. That's super cool.
I wonder if
We got
they
to
might
get
know a drummer.
They might know a drummer, yeah,
First Nations
that's
drummer.
right, First Nations drummer, yeah.
Yeah.
They might. I put some ads at the Pandora rehearsal space, you know that?
Yes, that's where I rehearse, yeah.
Oh, you do it there? I put
Yeah.
I put a little ad there on the wall. I gotta go to the other jam spaces and
Yes. Yeah, and look around and see.
Yeah.
But when we should hit up some of the actors that are, like I said, you know, I'll talk to the guy in the neighborhood here, and they're not, you know, like you said, talk to the kids there because they might know stuff too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
that actually
They're all
know
musicians too.
They're all musicians, amazing.
Right? Yeah.
Amazing.
Bass, guitars, like they're into it, man. They're just into it, all of it.
That's so
It's just it's easier. It's not easier, perhaps, but like if we were to try and make films when we were kids, it's rent this.
That's it.
Right? Okay, ready? And these guys are just
Like,
zit.
Yeah.
so amazing.
So
cool.
Yeah, it's so cool, man.
So casting must be very interesting nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
So you would say casting's the toughest part when you're putting an indie
I think
film
so.
together?
Yeah, casting is the hardest part, just because casting is that make it or break it. You know, you cast your movie well, and people will forgive the scenes. They will see the scenes, but they will forgive them because the performances are so good. You know.
Yeah.
But if the actors are so or not quite the right actor for the role, people are going to be distracted, and they're going to be looking at your set design, and they're going to be looking at your, you know, they're going to be looking at distracted.
Right.
So you know,
That's so true.
It's always the hardest part, but I mean, you know, there's a couple avenues you can take. As an independent filmmaker, you don't have a rush. If you're working for like a studio, and you got a producer breathing down your neck saying like deliver,
yeah,
then you gotta like. There's a system already in place for that. Okay, there's an infrastructure for it. Movie of the weeks, you know, Hallmarks.
Yeah.
That's a machine.
Yeah,
and they
Hallmark's
have their
a
own
machine.
actors that are proven and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the DGC, like the Directors Guild, is for that kind of machine, right? An industrial machine for TV that churns out movies. For indies, you know, you got a great script, great, just work on it. You know, it might take you a year, doesn't matter. You know, keep pushing that script until it's top. Then find an actor. You know, keep looking for that actor. It's like chiseling a stone. You know, trying to carve something out of nothing.
Right? Make something out of nothing.
Make something out of nothing, and eventually you'll finish it. Might be 5 years, maybe some people do it 10 years. I don't think I can do a 10-year, but that's
a long haul.
a big chunk of your life, man.
Yeah,
like how many movies do you have in your life?
Yeah, you don't know, right?
That's it. So
yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
So you're on number. So basically, you're like on number 3, right now.
Yeah, this is number 2 as a director, correct. Directing my second one.
Yeah.
I helped the buddy make his first feature in 2011 or something. I helped him, you know, put together his team and all that. So I was like behind the scenes, kind of helping in his feature. But this is my second feature, doing directing, writing, and producing. And now with the help of my wife, it just kind of like skyrocketed, man. She's amazing.
That's wicked, dude.
Yeah, she's on top of it, right? She's focused.
That's
She
it.
into the same tunes as you?
What's that, sir?
Is she into punk rock too?
She is into tap dancing. I know, yes, I'm pretty awesome. I know.
Is she from Argentina too?
No,
Where's
she's
she from?
North Van. Parents
So she's North Van. She's a Vancouver girl.
Vancouver girl, yeah.
Well, that's interesting for you, isn't it?
100%, man.
And then and talking about that, you just got your mom and dad over here.
That's right.
Year,
My mom and dad from Venezuela.
Because things were getting pretty rough there for
Venezuela
a while, right? With the oil and the gas, right? Yeah.
And their new government.
And their new government. Well, I mean, their government that has been going for a dictatorship has been going for 20 years,
Right,
and
sucks,
Chavez and now Maduro, and so they're trying to vote them out. There's a voting now on the 28th. Everybody's trying to vote him out on the 28th of July, but.
So where does that go, though?
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Really, they're not gonna go out without a fight. They're like ingrained in that power. They're not gonna go anyway. But that's Venezuela, and that's why I left, and that's why my brother left, and that's why I brought my mom and dad up here.
They like it here?
They love it here now. When they got here, it was like,
what are we doing?
I don't even speak English, you know. So it was fucking tough. But like after a while, they got used to it. They learned English. They were able to find a few friends. They go to the Reach Commercial Drive. There's that Reach Medical Center.
Yes.
And they have a lot of like Latino immigrants. That
Oh,
go
good.
Friends at the Reach Center.
People talk to you.
Exactly, Commercial Drive. My dad loves Commercial Drive.
Yeah, I bet he does.
Yes, it's so
Yeah,
good.
so it's really, so now they're happy.
Now they're happy.
Good.
Good.
Because now they know they're in a safe place.
That's it.
And it's a lot more mellower here.
More mellower, man.
Yeah, much more mellower.
Exactly. And my brother is a mechanic, right? So
Can you imagine if they would have ended up in LA?
Oh.
Fucking.
Los Angeles has a lot of Spanish, absolutely.
Tons. It would have been great for that, but it would have been like such a big city.
It's a big city,
lots going on.
Yeah, I'd lose track of them. I don't know. I would not be able to live as close. They live just there on boundary, right? Not too far, right?
Oh, that's wicked.
That's cool.
I mean, like if they were in LA, you'd be going,
oh man, the traffic and all that, forget it.
Yeah, the traffic. to get to one, if you're going from one end of LA to the other, you have to like plan it for the day. You know? Can you imagine if you work in LA? I've always wondered this. If you worked in LA, say you had to work, say, at Laughing Bee.
Yeah, right.
At 5 in the morning.
Oh man.
So you have to leave at 2 in the morning to get to work for 5.
Get it.
So like you have to go to bed at like now, not now.
Exactly.
Like you should have been in bed 2 hours at 5, and you're in bed at 5 in the afternoon because you got to go to work for 2. Get up for 2 to go to work.
Crazy.
Like because it takes you 2.5 hours, 3 hours just to get to work, and that's at 2 in the morning because the highway's still packed.
It's true, man.
Because there's 8 million people, or 9 million or 10 million people, and at least 8 or 9 of them, out of 8 or 9 million, I think maybe 7.5 drive.
Oh, that's right.
For
Everyone
sure.
has a car. Oh.
Everybody else doesn't drive, but like, because they probably can't afford it. But like, can you imagine what rapid transit's like down there? Ooh, it must be brutal.
Oh, that must be brutal. Yeah.
Must just be brutal.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I made the right choice, man. Vancouver is dope.
Yeah, a lot easier.
sure.
My decision.
East Van's
amazing, man.
Yeah, dude.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
So we're looking at October, and then this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. August, I finish all the financing bits, all the documents, all that paperwork's done in August.
Right.
And in September, we're going to go into pre-production, meaning
Right.
start hiring a production manager
Right.
for them to take care of crew, hire the crew. We finalize the locations in September, find all the locations, the high school, the barber shop.
Oh! That's right.
Joe and Asher in the film.
Joe and Asher in the movie. Awesome.
We're just walking by, doing what you want.
Right in the punk band. 50 years later.
That's right. Awesome.
We're still at it.
So we're still playing. Love it.
With a worm coming out of her ear.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, no, for sure.
Interesting.
So, and then September, and then October we roll.
You see, we're having lots of fun.
Awesome.
See, you guys should be doing that too.
That's awesome.
Unreal. We'd like to thank Javier for coming out. It was great, man. And you know what? We're looking forward to the new film.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, lots of fun. Thank you very much. Javier, everybody.
Awesome.
Yay, Javier.
Peace out.
See ya.
Thanks, man. This is awesome.
That was great. That was fun.
Thank you.
That was lots of fun.